With WrestleMania still fresh in our minds, it's the Superstars of Wrestling. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Vince McMahon, along with Mr. Perfect. And last weekend's WrestleMania, a WrestleMania of surprises. Everyone surprised over the return of the Ultimate Warrior. And certainly, Mr. Perfect, you had to be surprised that the Macho Man, Randy Savage, is now the reigning World Wrestling Federation champion.
Surprised? Surprised, yes. That Macho Man Randy Savage had to cheat. The only way you can beat Ric Flair, Macho Man, was to cheat. And I'm going on record right now to say that you are nothing more than a cheater. And if you think about it, McMahon, all you gotta do is take a look at his wife, and now you're talking about a pair of cheaters.
Let's take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to the celebration as it occurred at WrestleMania with the Macho Man Randy Savage and the First Lady.
With his bride by his side, Macho Man and Elizabeth, both with smiles on their faces, as once again, he has the goal. What a celebration here in the Hoosier Dome for the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
And the fireworks continued as the Hitman, Bret Hart, once again crowned the Intercontinental Champion. But no doubt, after the match was over, both the Hitman and Roddy Piper left the ring as champions. And the fate of Jake the Snake Roberts was sealed in a coffin as he was planted 6 feet under by The Undertaker.
Holy mackerel! I've never seen Jake the Snake defeated that severely as I've seen him at the hands of The Undertaker.
Just prior to the Justice Hogan matchup, our cameras visited the dressing room of Sid Justice to find an omen of things to come.
From Venice Beach, California.
And the roar of the crowd was almost deafening as Hulk Hogan walked that aisle for perhaps the very last time.
It has become deafening here in the Hoosier Dome.
I can't hear nothing.
On their feet in unison to recognize that man.
As the match progressed, the curse of Papa Shango and Sid Justice was even more apparent.
Attacking the Hulkster.
And as Justice and Papa Shango continued to pummel Hulk Hogan, no one could expect what was going to happen next.
It's the Ultimate Warrior. It is. Look at that. The Ultimate Warrior. What is he doing? Is he going to attack Hogan? What is going on here? Clothesline. And soon, that's the Ultimate Warrior. He just got nailed by a chair out of nowhere. Everybody here has watched it.
And as the Ultimate Warrior and the Hulkster bonded together, one could only speculate as to the future of each superstar.
What else can happen here?
And after the celebration in the ring, we picked up these comments from an irate Sid Justice.
See, Hogan, we were just this far. Just this far
from ending Hulkamania for once and for all. And then you, Warrior, you came down and you stuck your nose into my business. Well, you better listen to me, boy! Because it doesn't happen many times, and you won't get away with it. Now, you want to stick your nose in my business? Well, I am begging you. I'm begging you to come on, Warrior! Come to me face to face! Come face to face to the man that rules the world. I could say that it was only a vision, Sid Justice, but it was much more than that. As I sit upon my throne in parts unknown since SummerSlam, no new challenges, no new frustrations, surrounded only by warriors that were hungry for the first thing, that lived and breathed. There came one weak one through that door in our world, and he said justice was almost gone like that. But I said no. Warriors, leave him alone. Let him regain his force, his power. Then we shall feast. But the ultimate Hulkamaniac spoke unto me. He said, Warrior, take your forces, take them to WrestleMania.
Well, Mr. Perfect, not that your batting average has been all that high as of late, but nonetheless, who would you choose in a proposed matchup between the Ultimate Warrior and Sid Justice?
Well, McMahon, I don't think there's anybody right now that can match up to Sid Justice. The power, the strength, he proved it at WrestleMania. He took care of Hulk Hogan. I'd say Sid Justice.
Well, then again, like I said before, your batting average not all that high, and we're going to take a look at why a little bit later on when we show you some footage in which Ric Flair lost the World Wrestling Federation Championship to the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Boy, McMahon, you really seem to be enjoying yourself, don't you? You want to talk about batting averages? You take a look at Ric Flair's batting average throughout the years and what he's done here in the World Wrestling Federation. There's a batting average that's higher than anybody else's.
Well, I don't know about that, but the one thing that I must say personally disgusted me at WrestleMania
was that Elizabeth?
Was when Ric Flair grabbed Elizabeth and kissed her on the lips.
Why would that disgust you, McMahon? Why? Are you jealous because you couldn't get in there and give her a kiss? She would have probably gave you one, too.
I can't believe that. What a drop kick by the Rocket Owen Hart. Oh, yeah, nice arm drag takedown as well. Owen Hart, as of late, has been teaming up with the Birdman. Coco beware.
You know, McMahon, if you really take a good close look at that kiss, the kiss that Ric Flair laid on Miss Elizabeth, you can almost see in Elizabeth's eyes the memories of her past when she was with Ric Flair.
Oh, wait a minute. You saw that? It completely disgusted Elizabeth. She wiped her lips as if to wipe something disgusting off her face. Look at Owen Hart going to work. Hart now on the outside. I think he's going to go all the way to the top. Yes, he is. Get ready. This rocket is going to be launched down from the top. 1, 2, lights out.
That's how high Miss Elizabeth felt after Flair kissed her right on the lips.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not over till it's over. And I can assure you, even though the Macho Man Randy Savage is champion, this issue is not over as we go back to the replay.
Take a look at this, McMahon. There's a leapfrog, a belly-to-belly suplex. And there it is, the rocket from the top rope. Can't fly any higher than that.
We'll be back as we continue with more World Wrestling Federation action. Stay with us. We're back with more World Wrestling Federation action. And things get a little creepy around here sometime. Don't take it personal. Perfect. I'm referring to this man's entrance here.
You know, McMahon, I'm not real happy with your attitude. If you think you're going to...
I bet you're not happy at all these days, are you?
No, I'm not.
You don't look happy. You and Bobby Heenan are look all disconsolate and whatever. I mean, you can't even... Oh, my God. Like Casey.
McMahon, it's a simple policy. What's happened here has been a major ripoff. We've been cheated. What do you want me to be doing? Throwing confetti all over the place? We have been ripped off.
I see. Well, there's a man who knows how to rip things off. Papa Shango. We saw him at WrestleMania. We saw him put the curse on the Hulkster. We saw him interfere in Hulk Hogan's match. However, there's one man I believe who would definitely have Papa Shango's number. That just might be The Undertaker.
Just because he buried Jake the Snake Roberts at WrestleMania, hey, let me tell you something. He was no Papa Shango. I'm talking about the Snake.
Well, he certainly may not have been Papa Shango, but that would be, I believe, a very, very interesting matchup to see The Undertaker lock up with this monster of a man here in Papa Shango.
Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting matchup, too.
Wow.
Maybe this is the man who will bury The Undertaker.
Possibility. Can never tell in the World Wrestling Federation. Casey takes a boot to the midsection. Papa Shango is just all over this young man. Whoa, what a body slam.
Look at the strength of this man, McMahon.
Shango down with the elbow.
Forget about it. That's 300 pounds plus coming down.
And Shango now getting a little strength from, oh my goodness, let's get off of that. Nasty looking. Casey appears to be pretty much out on his feet. Shango with a ride over the hip.
You know,
Papa
McMahon,
Shango, what?
I still can't get over
I know you can't get over it.
Miss Elizabeth, the look in her eye when Ric Flair laid that kiss on her. I'm telling you, she was in her memory bank. She remembers the man.
She does, huh? Do you remember the announcement? Do you remember 1, 2, 3? You know what? I bet every time you hear the referee slap the canvas, just like they did for Papa Shango, 1, 2, 3, it sort of gives you cringe up your spine.
Oh, yeah, real easy for you to say. How about the handful of trunks that the Macho Man had? You don't want to talk about that, huh?
We'll take a look at that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. And right now, Papa Shango has a little fire going in his skull and a little ritual being performed over the defeated and prone Mike Casey. Wide eyes here anytime you see this man in the ring. Papa Shango. By the way, when are we going to see you in that hot new television show, Body Stars?
They should have me on there right away. I got the perfect body.
Of the world's greatest bodybuilders, and now me, Lex Luger. That's what makes WWF Body Stars the only show that builds strong bodies 14 ways.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. The excitement level here in the World Wrestling Federation has never been higher, especially after the events of just 1 week ago at WrestleMania 8. Perhaps the most incredible news surrounded the return of the Ultimate Warrior. Well, in just 2 weeks, Sunday night, April 26th, live action returns to the Boston Garden, and you have the chance to see the Warrior back in action when he collides with Sid Justice. Now, coming up this hour, we will hear from both superstars involved in that incredible bout. Also, Bret the Hitman Hart is once again in possession of the Intercontinental title. He will put the belt on the line when he faces Shawn Michaels. He's standing by with Sensational Sherry. Then we'll hear from the Hitman.
You know, there are a lot of people that say Shawn Michaels has a little bit of trouble. They say he's a little bit, can you believe it, a little conceited. That's not true. Conceited is not it. I talk in facts, and I deal in reality. And the reality is that Shawn Michaels is, without a doubt, the hottest looking dude in the World Wrestling Federation. That's not brag, that's fact. It's fact that I use Tito Santana as a stepping stone. And it is now fact that Bret the Hitman Hart is the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Well, I got news for you, Hitman. The new fact is this. Shawn Michaels is gunning for you, and he's coming at you. Why? Because he's the best athlete in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, WrestleMania 8. Success. Successful for the Hitman. And I did it. It was the toughest fight I've ever had, but I won back the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Belt. And from here on in, it only gets tougher. It only gets harder. And Shawn Michaels, you're next in line. You want a shot. You want to step in the ring with the excellence of execution. That's fine. Go ahead and bring that little tramp Sherry. That's fine. I know all about you, Shawn Michaels. And when I think of you now, I don't think of this cool, high-flying wrestler that you used to be. I think of this conceited jerk that you've turned into. Shawn Michaels, success comes from being able to go the distance. And Shawn Michaels, you're going to be nothing but a short drive.
As far as Bret the Hitman Hart is concerned, the Intercontinental Belt is back where it belongs. He has no intention of giving it up to the very confident Shawn Michaels. See all the action live Sunday night, April 26th at the Boston Garden. Make your plans today.
You put me away, boss man. But now I'm getting out. So get ready to lock up with me.
Well, whoever that man is, no doubt he's done his share of hard time, and he's looking forward to perhaps doing the same for the big boss man.
You know, McMahon, I'm getting fed up with this whole thing. Later on, we're going to see the footage of the cheater, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and how he ripped off Ric Flair for the World Wrestling Federation title. I don't even have too much to say till after we see the footage.
Well, I guess you wouldn't have too much to say. Nonetheless, we are looking forward to the footage, and hopefully it's not footage that you have supplied or photos that you have supplied, because Lord only knows what you would be supplying, how you would have edited the footage, how you perhaps would have even edited the photos. A lot of individuals are wondering whether or not it's you or whether or not perhaps the Macho Man and Liz have done some editing to the original photos.
It's obvious, McMahon. Miss Elizabeth and the Macho Man are a couple of cheaters. Hey, they belong together. Ric Flair, myself, and Bobby the Brain Heenan, we would never do anything to make photos what they aren't. McMahon, it's very simple.
Oh, well, excuse me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just wait just a minute. I mean, we saw you and Ric Flair from the very top of the matchup at WrestleMania with a litany of underhanded tactics against the Macho Man. And, of course, in this month's issue of the WWF magazine, there it is. It says Flair exposed, and every photo in which we saw Flair and Elizabeth, including the one at poolside, we now see the Macho Man and Elizabeth. Now, you tell me, how can that be?
Well, I will tell you, if he had these photos right off the bat, then why didn't he come and present these photos right away? I'll tell you why, McMahon. He's had a whole month. He's the one that changed the photos. He's the one that messed everything up. We had the original negatives. What Macho Man and Elizabeth have done to these photos, well, it's untrue.
It's untrue. And they're the cheats, right?
They are the cheats. They're liars. They're cheaters. They're no good people.
Oh, please. Goodness. Sergeant Slaughter tagged in now. The Sarge and Hacksaw Jim Duggan having some fun in there. And Stevenson down to the canvas.
I can't even imagine that you would imply that about Ric Flair, myself, and Heenan. You know us better than that, McMahon. We do things right.
Yes, you do things right, all right. In your eyes, he's down, he's set, oh my! A cover, referee in position, and a 3 count. So there you have it, once again, victorious Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And you wonder whether or not Ric Flair will be victorious should he have an opportunity to regain the WWF Championship.
There can't be a doubt in anybody's mind. Macho Man, you cheated once. You will not succeed. You meet Ric Flair again, and it's over. The World Wrestling Federation title comes back to myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Update. An inside look from the pages of the World Wrestling Federation magazine. Hi again, everyone. Update brought to you by the World Wrestling Federation Fan Club. Find out more about it in the latest issue of the WWF magazine. By now, the universe is aware of the fact that there is a new World Wrestling Federation champion. In one of the greatest title bouts in WWF history, Macho Man Randy Savage withstood a furious onslaught from Ric Flair to become the champion for a second time. Flair repeatedly attacked the left leg of Savage during the course of the match, to the point where the Macho Man was barely mobile. Now, in viewing this classic matchup, you had to wonder, how much can one man take? And you're about to see. There came a point in time where Savage could take no more.
So Macho Man. That figure 4 out again. I would have to concede it would be over. You bet. But no, it's the Macho Man. And a go behind from the outside. Hey, no!
After the match was over, Ric Flair shifted his attention from the Macho Man to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth went right after Flair, and now it's mayhem.
Of all my time in the World Wrestling Federation, I have never seen such a ripoff. Macho Man Randy Savage, everybody saw him. You had a handful of trunks. You're a cheater, just like your old lady. This man has never taken a shortcut to anywhere. And Savage, when it comes to you, we are going to take care of business once and for all.
What we have here, Macho Man, is a breakdown in communication. You see, you're running around town now, telling everybody that you're the real world champion. And why not? Because you think you beat Ric Flair. You're the WWF champion. And why not? Because you think you beat Ric Flair. And above all else, now you think you've defended triumphantly the honor of Liz. Well, my friend, all you've done is opened up the biggest keg of dynamite on the face of this earth. It's called Perfect and Flair, side by side. And my friend, I give a man his due. You might have pulled my tights, but the bottom line is the Macho Man's the champ for the moment. For the moment. And wherever we go, Macho Man, remember this. You did it once, now you gotta do it again. And Liz, I know you're gonna be there every night, baby. And I want you to know I'm gonna kiss you on those wet, moist lips. One more time! Woo! Woo!
We're back with more WWF action, I must say. That was disgusting. Ric Flair pursing his lips. What does that mean?
What do you mean, disgusting?
Do you think Elizabeth enjoyed that kiss at WrestleMania?
Are you kidding? Just take a look at the look on her face after that kiss. I mean, for a split second, her memory bank came back. She remembered Slick Rick. She remembered that
Please,
kiss.
I think that's enough. Thank you very much. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. On his way to the ring, swaggering. Yeah, Shawn Michaels along with Sensational Sherry.
You know, McMahon, take a look at that guy. There's a man with confidence.
I'd say arrogance.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. But you know what? When you're good and you know it, you can be like Shawn Michaels. Unlike you, McMahon, you couldn't act like that because you're no good and you know it.
I see. Well, how good is the Hitman Bret Hart, the reigning Intercontinental Champion? The man, no doubt, that will face Shawn Michaels. How good is the Hitman?
The Hitman is very good.
I see.
Yeah, but I don't think he has the confidence of Shawn Michaels with Sensational Sherry. Look at that beauty. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? This is a deadly duo.
Yeah, I'll go along with you there. Shawn Michaels and Sensational Sherry. And by the way, for the benefit of those of you who do not know, that was Sensational Sherry's vocal attempt.
Boy, she has a lot of different talents, doesn't she?
I guess you could say she's a multi-talented lady, yes, no doubt. And there we see Shaw. Come on, please. Let's get underway here. Shawn Michaels, the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, taking his time preparing for the matchup. You can bet once he steps into the ring with the Hitman Bret Hart, he will not have an opportunity at all to take his time.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
What did he say? Okay, that's my girl. Get out of here.
She promises what? I didn't hear that. Promised to be a good girl. Shawn, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna have a matchup here. Shawn Michaels and Dale Wolf.
See, this could be Bret Hart, Dale Wolf. He wants to push back and forth with Shawn Michaels. Look at there. That's you, Hitman, you grease ball.
And there's Shawn Michaels running from the Hitman. But Dale Wolf is no Hitman.
Wow, no, see, he was just setting him up, McMahon. See, you don't know every inch of the ring like I do, or a guy like Shawn Michaels knows. He knows what, look at that.
Or the Hitman, Bret Hart.
I'll agree with you. But the Hitman, excellence of execution. He's the Intercontinental Champion. But I got a feeling he's not going to be the Intercontinental Champion for long.
Maybe not. Look at that kisser. Sensational Sherry, the manager of Shawn Michaels. And I guess you would say girlfriend as well. She is no doubt in love with Shawn Michaels. Nice maneuver on the part of Shawn Michaels.
Hey, she knows what she likes.
And an easy victory here on the part of Shawn Michaels.
Very impressive, McMahon. This guy has got a lot of confidence.
Oh, yes, he does. He has a great deal of confidence, a great deal of ability. Oh, my goodness, ability as well. Shawn Michaels, the #1 contender who no doubt somewhere down the line will face the Hitman Bret Hart, the Intercontinental Champion. Are you kidding me? Let's go back to the replay. Let's take a look.
Take a look at here, McMahon. Even though he missed the chop, look at this spinning backbreaker. Excellence of execution. Bret Hart, you better take a look. There's a kick right to the face. Is that great? I'd like to do that to Miss Elizabeth.
You'd like to do what to Miss Elizabeth? Kiss her like Ric Flair?
Now give her a boot upside that head.
Yeah, right, sure. I'll tell you, the Macho Man is hot on your trail and Slick Rick. Let's take you now to Paul Ellering, who's somewhere in Chicago.
You have every right to know what a man like me, who has spent the last 2 years authoring monomaniacal munitions of a madman. I like that title, but I digress. What is a man like me doing in a place like this? This is where the Legion of Doom began. This is where the hawk and the animal feel very at home. This is where we formed the bond that ties the Legion of Doom together. All strong men stand on the grounds of honor. We stood here and we passed words and we shook hands and we made promises. Alas, they have been like a ship without a rudder. They have always been the greatest pure fighters in the world because we have always dared to be great. But a great team needs a man that takes care of detail because it's the smallest, most minuscule detail that makes the good great. I am the detail man. I take care of the details. Tell him, Animal.
Beverly Brothers are genius. Welcome into our backyard. Hawk and I had to come deep within ourselves. Come back to our roots, like Paul Ellering just said. We had to find out and come back to realization where we came from, that we never want to come back here. We're not ashamed of this by no means. We're proud of our heritage. But you, the two spoiled brats that you were,
growing up with fine china, silverware, pampered all your life. You come into our domain, the four corners of doom, our ring, and try to beat us. You're in our way into the road to the championship, and we're gonna run you over. Tell him, Hawk.
Well, this is our home. Sweet, ain't it? And you have had a life of a bowl of chocolate-covered cherries. Our bowl was empty. Nothing in it. We sat around in alleys, railroad tracks, boxcars, and gutters, while you had Beverly Hills, Rolls Royces, and silver platters. Well, you can forget about it now, because you're on a road to ruin, and we're driving you down it. And you know what? This is the piece of the puzzle that was missing. That no longer is. You think we were sick before? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You will never get the best of us. Only the worst, because we've always earned our money. The old-fashioned way. We beat people for it.
We are back with more World Wrestling Federation action. And the Legion of Doom, no doubt, know all about their roots, having revisited them recently.
Hey, if they don't watch what they're doing, McMahon, they'll end up back in the gutter. What's with this Paul Ellering? He's the piece of the puzzle that's been missing. That puzzles me.
Boy, you're clever this week, aren't you?
Perfect.
I guess you need to be reminded one more time, just at this moment, who is wearing the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
Hey, I don't have to be reminded of anything, McMahon, so don't start jumping all over me. It's a very simple case of cheating, of...
All right, we understand. You're a little upset, a little befuddled.
No, I'm not, McMahon, but you jumping all over me about the way I should be feeling, the way I should be talking. Sure, I'm a little bit upset. Wouldn't you be upset if you got ripped off?
Excuse me, please. I'd like to hear this. The Mountie is singing.
I'm the Mountie. I'm handsome. I'm brave, and I'm strong.
The Mountie, who wrestles considerably better than he sings.
I have to agree with you there.
Jimmy Hart, very busy manager these days, managing not just the Mountie, but also the reigning tag team champions, IRS, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, former manager of the #1 contenders who are facing the champions, the Natural Disasters.
You mean them two big dummies?
I don't think you'd want to be saying that to their face.
Yeah, I'd say it to their face. Think I'm
really?
afraid of anybody, McMahon?
Oh, I forgot. You're perfect.
No, well, don't forget it again.
The Mountie going to work here in the corner. And the Mountie looking forward to locking up, at least I believe he is, with Sergeant Slaughter. So I'm told. What a matchup that would be.
Oh, that would be great. I'd like to see the Mountie go against Sergeant Slaughter. You know why? That Slaughter, he needs a little shock in his life, if you know what I mean, McMahon.
I think we know exactly what you mean. Off the rope. Ooh, what a drop kick by the Mountie. And in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be showing you a beautiful, beautiful picture. Yes, indeed. There he is.
Here is your winner, the Mountie. I'm strong. I'm the Mountie. And I enforce the law.
I take that back. He can sing.
Yeah. My goodness.
I'm the Mountie. I'm handsome. I'm brave. I'm strong.
Let's go back to the replay.
Look at
Take a
this
look.
drop kick. McMahon, them boots, them are not wrestling
They're
boots.
made for walking, huh? And there again, a look at the Mountie. But in just a moment, we're going to take a look. Yes, now there is the picture we're talking about.
Yeah, I know it's available this Tuesday, man. And last month's issue was the biggest seller of all time. Well, this month's issue will be just as big. Why? Because of the perfect article.
Let's take you to the event center. Oh, my.
Welcome back. The shockwaves continue to resound throughout the World Wrestling Federation over the events that took place just a week ago at WrestleMania 8. One of the highlights of the day was hearing the deafening roar of the crowd when the Ultimate Warrior appeared. Well, in just 2 weeks, Sunday night, April 26, when live action returns to the Boston Garden, you can see the Ultimate Warrior back in the ring when he collides with the dreaded Sid Justice. As promised, both men are standing by with more on this rapidly approaching match.
See, Warrior, you've been gone a long time. There's something you need to know. If you stick your nose into my business, you're going to get hurt. See, we have a little saying that goes like this. Do unto the man as the man would do unto you. But do it first. Now, see, Warrior, I'm going to ask you one simple favor. And this favor, you do it for yourself. Not for me, but for yourself. Don't mess with the man that rules the world.
If it only had to do with one man, man against man, then the story you tell, Sid Justice, may have some validity. But when you speak of where I've been and where I have come from, you speak not of one. I speak not of one. I speak of many that have been hungry since SummerSlam. I speak, Sid Justice, of those that do unto whoever challenges the powers that may be. I speak, Sid Justice, of those that do not claim to rule. I speak, Sid Justice, not of those that have never ruled. I speak, Sid Justice, of the Ultimate Warrior!
The Ultimate Warrior back with a vengeance. He faces Sid Justice Sunday night, April 26th at the Boston Garden.
Ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
back with
I
more
have just been
WWF
informed
action.
That Shawn Michaels has left the building.
What in the... Who cares whether or not Shawn Michaels has left the building?
You see, McMahon,
Only Shawn Michaels.
No.
Do you think anyone really cares?
Of course they care. If they
Now
don't...
Elvis is leaving.
Now, wait a minute, McMahon. Quit cutting me off. What I'm trying to say here is, if they don't announce that Shawn Michaels has left the building, the crowd outside at the back end of the matches is swarmed with millions of girls.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, take a look at this man. Paul Bear, who knows exactly how to do things and do them right. He earns it.
Oh, come on, McMahon. I'm so sick of you today. I'm ready to...
I'm sure you are. And so is The Undertaker. The Undertaker looking forward to his competition. Looking forward, no doubt, to stepping into the ring with perhaps Papa Shango, whom we saw earlier this week.
Yeah, we saw Papa Shango. What if he put a spell on The Undertaker?
I don't know what would happen. I don't know.
Well, that would spell relief for everybody in the WWF. Get it?
I see. How do you spell relief? You certainly don't spell relief by reading this so-called perfect article. I mean, I've seen pompous executives before.
But nothing like that one, huh?
Look at this magazine. We have an advanced copy. My goodness. Give me a break. Mr. Perfect?
Hey, McMahon. Take a look at me, McMahon. I am Mr. Perfect. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. Like you know who, Miss Elizabeth and the Macho Man.
Oh, you mean the World Wrestling Federation champion and the First Lady?
For now, McMahon. For now.
I see. Take a look into the eyes of that man. The Undertaker against Sonny Trout. Think things are going to get a little fishy in the ring?
What, are you trying to catch me on one, McMahon? Forget about it.
Nah, you're way too sharp for anyone to catch.
Right. Don't try dropping a line on me.
Reeling one in.
You're a castaway.
Why don't you go put a worm on your hook or something, huh?
What, are you trying to lure me in?
No, will you work for scale or what?
I'm like you, McMahon. I work for more than just a fin.
Well, I don't know. All I can say is, holy mackerel.
Well, you better go back to school.
Well, I suppose so. Then again, that's a whale of a statement, isn't it?
You didn't say that on purpose, did you?
Well, then again, there you go, changing your tuna.
Okay, McMahon. Hook, line, and sinker. You're going to take it all.
Well, I don't know about that, but The Undertaker, no doubt, is going to take it. Indeed. Look out. Mr. Trout is almost ready to be reeled in. Yes, he is down to the canvas and floundering.
What a drag.
1, 2, oh my, 3. The Undertaker polishes off Sonny Trout. You wonder whether or not he'll be able to polish off Papa Shango should he have that opportunity.
Well, if he has that opportunity, McMahon, Papa Shango just may cast a spell on The Undertaker, and The Undertaker will be the one who's 6 feet under.
Well, I don't know. Papa Shango is certainly no Charlie the Tuna.
But he's a real daredevil.
Down to the canvas. I think we'll be seeing a great deal more of The Undertaker. It appears as though Sonny Trout, at this moment, sleeps with the fishes.
Hey, I don't know about that, but he's probably a little green under the gills.
Well, I'm not too sure I could fathom that. Then again, this is one individual perhaps they should have thrown back. Ooh, my, look at that. The Undertaker.
He's no keeper.
No, but he's no shrimp either.
McMahon, you're all clammed up.
Folks in Boston, Providence, and all the surrounding areas, do not miss your chance to see it all live Sunday night, April 26th at the Boston Garden. That is just 2 weeks from now. And one great encounter, it's Repo Man who tangles with the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
You know, Rip-Off Man, I mean Repo Man. I was in a town about a month ago wrestling, and someone stole my car. And you happened to be in that arena that night. And someone watched you steal my car, Repo Man. Well, let me tell you something. It wasn't my car. It was a rental car. Now you're gonna come and try and repossess me.
British Bulldog determined to take a bite out of Repo Man Sunday night, April 26th. Also, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal. They meet up with the Beverly Brothers.
The Legion of Doom. You're enormous, you're incredible, but unfortunately you're suffering from a disease called negative momentum. And to add to your problems, here's the Beverly Brothers.
Legion of Doom, at one time you were on top of the World Wrestling Federation as tag team champions. You were the biggest and the strongest. But that's all in the past.
That's right, boys. You're looking at the present. So come and get it. You want to get in the ring with the Beverly Brothers? We're going to prove to the whole world that we're the greatest tag team here in the WWF. Anytime, any place you get in the ring, it's going to be one big day of embarrassment for you because the Beverly Brothers are on their way to the top in the World Wrestling Federation.
Bo and Blake set to tangle with two of the most dangerous individuals ever to step into the ring here in the tag team ranks of the World Wrestling Federation. They meet up with LOD Sunday night, April 26th at the Garden. Also, El Matador, Tito Santana, will see action when he faces the model, Rick Martel. Once again, it is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, meeting up with Repo Man. The Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, will lock up with the Beverly Brothers, Bo and Blake. Bret the Hitman Hart, once again, he is the Intercontinental title holder. He will defend the championship against Shawn Michaels. And the Ultimate Warrior returns to action here in the WWF when he collides with Sid Justice. See it live Sunday night, April 26th at the Boston Garden.
Next week
week, right here on the Superstars of Wrestling. Scheduled to join us will be the Hot Rod himself, Roddy Piper. Next week here on Superstars will mark the return of Piper's Pit. And the Hot Rod's first guest, no less than the reigning World Wrestling Federation champion, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
You're talking about the cheater. You're talking about the Macho Man who calls himself the World Wrestling Federation champion. Well, maybe we'll get to the bottom of it in Piper's Pit and find out what a cheater he really is.
Join us next week